we have to stop ourselves whenever we notice that we're going down that way. So back to self-awareness, to listen to what we call our mind chatter, what we say in our heads. And the way that seems to be the best is the mindful practice.
Okay.
Now, if you can do mindfulness meditation, woohoo, you're on a winning streak, because that's definitely where you want to end up. I kind of utilize the concept, I call it micro-awareness. And it's basically what it is to focus completely on your senses and to let go of your thoughts. And it's actually the process of letting go of your thoughts that changes the brain structure. But you use the focusing on your senses to make it happen. And if you can do just 10 seconds, you're going to start to create a change. If you can do it up to 10 minutes a day, there was a research study that said that if you can find 10 minutes of complete calm in a day, that the side effects of having high cortisol levels are pretty much weighed out. So you don't have the same level of physical problems from high cortisol levels, because, and we know cortisol is the stress hormone. It's what we have a lot of. So what I call the survival brain, the neurotransmitters there are adrenaline and cortisol. Whereas what I call the flow brain, which is the place where you have your positive emotions, where things are flowing, where you're feeling good, is much more about serotonin and dopamine.
These are the things that chocolate help.
Always. Chocolate helps everything in my model of work. Chocolate and a glass of wine, we're on a winning streak.
Well, I've got one of those here. So I think Mike and I don't know about you, Mike, I was a little bit lost back there with this. Okay. So you were saying letting your, I can't remember exactly what you said.
Would you like a demonstration?
Yes,
please. Because that is usually wonderful. The best way to get to grips with it.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Actually, you're talking about letting parts of your brain drop and the others carry on.
Exactly.
Whoa, if I drink a couple of bottles of wine, then I'm there. A lot of my brain has dropped, but I wouldn't necessarily remember. No.
So you might want to just start by taking a deep breath and just literally just notice what happens in your body as you exhale. And as you sit there and you just focus on your breathing for a second, just notice the space that your body is occupying and how you sit in the chair. And it's okay however you sit in the chair, but really focus on how you sit and let go of any thoughts. And it is perfectly normal to have thoughts come through. That's fine. Every time you notice a thought, just let go of the thought, focus on how you sit in the chair. And you might want to notice your legs. You might want to notice how your legs are and whether they're equally heavy or one is heavier than the other. And just let go of any thoughts. And as you pass down your legs, just notice your feet. And notice your toes and whether you can feel all your toes. And it's perfectly okay to wriggle your toes and to move them. And just let go of any thoughts and really notice if all your toes are equal. And it's okay if they're not. And now shift your focus to your hearing. And really listen to the sound that is the furthest away from you. Really focus on that sound. And just keep focusing on that sound. And now notice the sound that's the closest to you. Really focus on the sound that's the closest to you. And just let go of any thought that comes in. And if you haven't already heard the sound of your breathing, just notice the sound of your breathing now. And just focus on your breathing for me. And notice the temperature of the air as it enters your nostrils. And the temperature of the air as it exits the nostrils. And just let go of any thoughts. Just go back to noticing your breathing and what happens in your body as you inhale and as you exhale. And every time a thought comes, just let go of it and go back to focusing on your breathing. And whatever your breathing does is fine. Just really focus on your breathing. Well done. And come back to me.
No, I want to stay there.
Yeah, I want to stay too.
I want to stay there.
It feels good, doesn't it?
Oh,
it feels
Anne-Marie.
amazing. It feels amazing. But the funny thing is, when you talk about the breathing in, and I suddenly thought, oh, I wonder what temperature I'm breathing in. And then you said, think about the temperature you're breathing in. I thought, oh, I was thinking that. That's extra points for me.
No, because I got wiggle your toes. I was already wiggling my toes before she said it. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was.
So the difference for me, the reason I love this is that, with meditation, there's always the implication that you sit still.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas this, you can literally do anywhere. You can do it with your eyes as well. You can focus on what you see. You can do it while you're walking. You can really notice how your foot moves over the ground and the different pressure points under your feet, etc. And you get to a point where every time you start to have a negative emotion or you start to have a reaction, do just a couple of deep breaths, notice something. I've got some of my clients that's kind of fiddling things, touching things, etc. It doesn't matter what sense it is. It literally doesn't matter what sense it is, whatever works for you.